Hello guys, it is Afro Puffy and I am back. You're welcome. We are here today to discuss prom, which is officially wrapping up this month, I believe. I feel like a lot of people had it like at least at the latest a week ago. I don't know if it's still going on because graduation is coming around the corner. For me, it's going to be this week. Yes. But I wanted to talk about prom. I am 5 years old. Looking back all of those years ago, I'm going to reflect on how my prom was versus looking at prom now. So regarding my expectations for prom as a high school senior girl, this was the third high school I had been to and was definitely one of the better schools I had been to. There were a lot of promposals. Oh my freaking gosh. There were promposals everywhere. And you would see it on social media as well, and it drove me absolutely insane. And I loved it at the same time. I loved it as well. And I kept hoping that the secret boy that I didn't know of would just pop up and do the same to me. Like, I had absolutely crazy expectations regarding that. I had a crush on one single boy, and I knew for sure he did not like me back. That's another story. I even wrote a song about it. Oh my gosh. The only expectations I can think of is expecting to eventually get a promposal or hoping to get one, because the ones that I saw around me were so adorable, so theatrical, and I absolutely loved them. On any other day, these boys would just be most likely absolutely annoying, childish, immature, but on that one day, they would decide, hey, for this day, on this promposal, let me absolutely woo the heck out of this girl and throw a bunch of roses around the area. We had this area on the bottom floor of our high school that was absolutely perfect for promposals. It was like, it wasn't exactly a hallway, but you could call it like a lobby, but like there were lockers around, but it was like a lobby. It was just like a really wide area, perfect for performances. And that's where we would see it. Everyone would look down from all of the levels. The crazy thing about the school was that in all of the levels, you could look down all the way to the bottom to where the promposals were. So people would be looking down when they heard music, or where they heard screaming, or where they saw stuff flying around. It brought on a theatrical aspect that I always adored, and I wanted that for myself. So promposals, beautiful dresses and amazing makeup, just the whole charade. Like, I was expecting promposals, a whole Cinderella transformation with the hair. My hair would magically be tamed, my face would magically look beautiful with makeup on, and a gorgeous dress that would take everyone's breath away, right? And I would just have the time of my life. I would have the time of my life with this prom that I was going to. Was a social pariah, by the way. Did not talk to a lot of people, but I would just expect that I would magically be social at prom. Okay, yeah, that was a thought. I had seen movies, I had seen shows where the high school kids would have their prom, and it would just be this magical, under the moonlight, under the stars experience, and the boy would ask out the girl that he liked, or vice versa, and it would just be so romantic and so beautiful. There was literally a movie called Prom. Yeah, I would say it was relatable, but it also upped my expectations when I watched the movie. Wanted to end up with somebody, pretty much. I saw it as something a lot more formal than it actually was. Shopping for the dress was a lot of fun. It was not. I went through so many 17 magazines, so many of those teen magazines that I no longer look through. And though I saw pretty dresses, I either could not afford them or I just thought they were ugly, and it was often the latter. So I ended up making my own dress. Just for some context, this is what I looked like. I mean, come on! I'm not a vain person at all, but really, come on. I absolutely thought I did a fantastic job. I was so proud of myself, and I loved it. I didn't know what to do with my hair, so my mom did my hair. My mom helped me shop for the jewelry and shoes, and I felt like a princess. Making the dress actually challenged me to do something I had never done before, and to really get my hands dirty with one of my passions, which is fashion design. So I was feeling on top of the world at that time. Like, oh my gosh. And when I see people now in their dresses, it gives me this warm feeling inside, like I was there. But as the prom date got closer, I came to realize that there was no way that anyone was going to ask me. Until one day, this random guy from another school that I knew in the past. I've been to like 3 high schools, and he was from the first high school I went to. He had asked me to go to prom. Wasn't anything romantic. I already knew he had a crush on me, and out of desperation, I said yes. His version of a promposal was sending me a silent video with words "prom" written in pencil. Yes, sir, I was wooed indeed. So one-sided. Maybe it did something for you to say you wanted to be a prom date to a desperate girl who you didn't even go to school with anymore, who didn't even like you like that, when you were really incapable of doing the whole thing. Leaving her on read more than several times. I mean, I was practically having a conversation with myself. And that's uncommon, but it was not ideal at the moment. And the few times he responded, he said he was busy, will call back, don't be mad, can't talk now, hold on. And the time was ticking, bruh. I was running out of time. What was this man doing? What was this man doing? Turns out he was moving. Wait, I'm not done. He was preparing to go to the military. His phone had no service, but he said he would call me. And he never called. Seemed like every time I text him, it was inconvenient. I get being at work, but the rest of the time? Come on, bro. I tried to get in contact with this dude until the bitter end. I had to face it. Dude was not coming. So what was the point of him asking me out to prom? I will never know. Some sort of twisted, sadistic pleasure? I don't know. What are we doing here? Did you just want to make a fool of me? Because it worked. I came with a corsage and everything with no date to be found. And I really wanted a date because at the time, I had never dated before. And I at least wanted to have someone to escort me to the prom like a prince would escort a princess. I wanted to be like freaking Brandy from Cinderella. You should see that movie, by the way. That movie is iconic. My story with prom is that the way that my prom ended up, once we get past the preparation details and the expectations and all of the promposals that I saw, there were tons of pictures taken at the girl's house that we were waiting for the limo at. We ate some food and it was fun. We felt kind of like celebrities. There were so many families taking pictures of us and it was insane. And I felt pretty. I saw the pictures. I felt pretty. We got into the limo. I never really cared about limos, but it was kind of cool. There were like colorful lights and there were like drinks in the fridge and I liked it. It was fun. I actually felt like I had friends at the time. I felt included for a minute. We showed up to the venue and I don't really remember much about the venue. I think it looked okay. It was dark in there. It was nice looking. I'm not gonna say it was incredible. My story with prom is that the way that my prom ended up, once we get past the preparation details and the expectations and all of the promposals that I saw, there were tons of pictures taken at the girl's house that we were waiting for the limo at. We ate some food and it was fun. We felt kind of like celebrities. There were so many families taking pictures of us and it was insane. And I felt pretty. I saw the pictures. I felt pretty. We got into the limo. I never really cared about limos, but it was kind of cool. There were like colorful lights and there were like drinks in the fridge and I liked it. It was fun. I actually felt like I had friends at the time. I felt included for a minute. We showed up to the venue and I don't really remember much about the venue. I think it looked okay. It was dark in there. It was nice looking. I'm not gonna say it was incredible. It was not breathtaking enough for me to remember what it looked like. So we showed up and my phone died. I was looking for an outlet everywhere and I could only find it in a bathroom. I sat on the bathroom floor for probably half an hour, maybe an hour, charging my phone. I looked so pathetic sitting on the floor. One of the girls that came in saw me in there and felt bad and took a picture with me. But either way, once I got out, because I was like so miserable in there, like this is how I'm spending the first half hour of my prom. This is horrible. Oh my gosh. But no, that was not the worst part when I got out. When I got out and went upstairs to eat the food was cold. First of all, they were like little appetizers, and me being a girl that likes to eat, I was so upset. I did not eat anything. It was so, all of the food was cold. I could not comprehend what was happening. How can the food be absolutely forgettable? Not even be forgettable, be so horrible that I don't even want to touch it. Like, what are we doing? Who organized this? Who was on the prom committee? Because I would like to have a few words with you and more. Okay. What did I pay $90 for? The vibe, the ambience, the air. It definitely was not for the food. The music that was playing, I wasn't really into. To this day, I'm not really into the music that other people are into. No, this is not the same. This is not to be the typical I'm not like other girls trope. I'm actually serious. I listen to like a humongous variety of genres. And mostly popular music was playing, and I wasn't into anything that was playing. A few songs here and there. But I had nobody to dance with, no friends, no dates. Hence why it would have been nice to have came with somebody that I knew personally. Okay? Alright. I sat down to just take in the experience, be a observer, sat in the corner, take in the venue, and this couple came to me. Okay. Thought they were just going to keep it moving, and the guy literally yells at me. He yells at me to get out of the way. A pause for effect. Really? Did your mama raise you to yell at girls like that? Especially ones dressed up wanting to feel special? Congratulations, sir. You earned your scumbag badge. Bruh. My feet were in pain. I needed somewhere to sit. This place was huge. Literally, find somewhere else. Now, if that were you, if somebody yelled at you while you're just minding your business sitting down, what would you have done? Because honestly, looking back now, I really think I should have taken off my shoe and thrown it at him. But because that girl was there, I would hold back. If it was now, at least. But back then, I was a lot more shy, so I just took it in. He yelled at me and I just took it. His girlfriend was the one that told him to stop. He was yelling at me because he said that I was in the way. I guess I supposedly took their seat. Maybe they were sitting there before and they just got off really quick. I don't know, but I did not deserve to get yelled at. Okay? So I'm feeling even more horrible now, because before I was feeling invisible. I was expecting people to compliment the dress that I literally made myself. To me, in my opinion, I thought I had made a relatively unique design. I was expecting people to point it out, people to talk to me. I was expecting people to want to dance with me, want to talk to me at least, for it to be a bit different from how I'm treated in high school on a regular basis. Wanted it to be the turnaround of the average ugly girl blossoming into a beautiful butterfly on prom night. That's what I would have expected, because that's what I had seen in the movies. That's how you would hope for it to go. Okay? That's what you would have hoped to happen. And it didn't. Absolutely nobody had a conversation with me. Nobody asked me to dance. Nobody sat next to me to talk. There were no saviors in sight. Other than that girl that took a picture with me in the bathroom, there were no takers. There were no handsome guys that came up to me other than the one that yelled at me. And honestly, he was a jerk. I ended up getting up, by the way. I ended up getting up and giving them the seat in order to ease drama. I almost cried. I was counting down the seconds to when we would be going to IHOP. I was literally waiting for prom night to end. I did not feel like Brandy from Cinderella. I did not feel like a princess. I did not even feel pretty anymore, because in my high school mind, clearly, if no one is looking at me, if none of the boys are talking to me, or looking at me, or pointing anything out about me, or even talking about me, or whatever the case is, then clearly it was all in my head, and I'm not as pretty as I thought I was. With even all of this makeup, all this preparation, all of the work put into that dress, it doesn't matter. I'll still be invisible. And that was the lesson that I felt I had learned that night. That even all decked out, that I would still not be noticed. Maybe my story is not as uncommon as I think it is. Maybe there are a lot more people out there that are going through that. However, I only know of mine for now. When I look at people now, there are some high schoolers that I work with that are going to prom. I look at their dresses, I look at their outfits, and I don't necessarily feel jealous. I wonder if there were people that complimented them on their dress. I wonder if there were people that said they were pretty. I wonder if they had dates. The ones that I knew, definitely, they had dates. And one of them even showed me what she looked like. She looked beautiful. I asked her how her prom was. She said it was okay, but what was really great was what happened after prom. She was all like, "You don't want to know." Okay, I'm a grown adult. I get it. I definitely didn't have one of those. But hold on a second. I don't know where that guy is to this day, that ditched me. I had my corsage regardless of not having a date, because it looked pretty and I wanted to feel like a whole princess. As I had said before, I wanted to feel like a whole princess, and him not showing up was not going to stop me. I thought I looked beautiful, and usually I hate looking in the mirror. Usually I hate how I look in general, so this meant a lot to me. Even though I did not get acknowledged, that was just one experience. And one day, I'm going to turn heads. It might not seem like it right now, but there are many more moments to come in my young life. And to you as well. I'm sure there are so many people here that have gone to their proms with no dates and have had an absolute disaster. I'm with you. I get it. IHOP was good. We went to IHOP, and that was good. I was so happy to eat good food. For those youngins that went to prom, let me get a little closer. For all my babies, all of you guys that went to prom, that got your pretty dresses, for the guys that got dressed up and got your tailored suits, or if you're special, your hand-me-down suits from your grandfather, your father, tux, whatever. I hope you had fun. And I'm proud of you for getting to this point, and I am proud of you for graduating soon. Class of 2022, I'm proud of you. And I hope you guys enjoyed your prom, and I will see you in the next video. This was in 2015, just so you guys know, and he just recently tried to talk to me late last year. I did not respond.
너에게로 이어지는 기분이 Can you be my la la